Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Teamworks program. Welcome back. So we're at the finish line. We're getting there, you guys. So we're in the last phase of our curriculum, and that is community service and cultural diversity. So if you think back to training, the 4 basic needs of at-risk kids, belonging, which we took care of in team building, mastery, as we're doing self-esteem and relationship independence. You know, it's a combination of all 3 that you get to a place in your life where now you realize, what else? What more can I do? So with that, belonging, mastery, and independence, the basic needs of at-risk kids, there's one more, and that is generosity. And giving the kids an opportunity to feel like contributors. So we want to fulfill that need and make them feel like, you know, they've got value and worth in society and that they can make a difference. So the very same reason why you are mentors in our program. You are contributors, and we are satisfying that need of generosity. So we're going to give them the chance in the community service and cultural diversity phase. So what's our first activity? Well, there's a little theme here. There's a little thing that we're working on. It's a partnership with Disney. It's a partnership with the Walt Disney Company. It's called Friends for Change, and it's a whole environmental program. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that at the end of this video, but I want to first start off how we're going to introduce this concept, this initiative of taking care of the planet. So we want to give them a little education in the normal Teamworks way, having F-U-N, fun. So what are we going to do first? So we're first going to start throwing out some environmental stuff. So our first thing we're going to do is, and I'm not prepared, so I'm going to rewind here. We're going to do a game called 2 Truths and a Whopper. 2 Truths and a Whopper. So 2 Truths and a Whopper. You're going to split your kids up into 2 teams. There will be Group A, Group B. There's going to be 3 statements, right? 3 statements. And out of the 3 statements, they got to figure out which is false. Which is false. So they're going to have little numbers. We're going to give them little squares with little numbers on there. They're going to sit in their 2 groups, Group A or Group B. They're kind of going to deliberate once the 3 statements are read, and then they're going to hold a little number up, you know, just to show their choice. Like, which is their choice? Like, which one did they think was the Whopper? And of course, here's where lying comes in handy. The one time in life where the lie is the winner. So the team that picks the false one wins. So the team that picks the false one, the Whopper, wins. So again, the lie counts this time. But now, just again, to start get them going, and again, they're all environmental, you know, protect the species and protect the planet kind of questions. So we're starting to plant some seeds here. All right. Next, we're going into Green Jeopardy, which I wrote in red, but I put in quotation marks green. And think about the green markers after the fact. But Green Jeopardy, all right, Green Jeopardy. And just like the Family Fun show on TV, Green Jeopardy, it's going to have its categories and questions with point values and so on and so forth. But it's just like the game show. Just like the game show. What are our categories? They are habitats, all right? Habitats. Water, waste, climate, and last but not least, what you can do. See how we're delivering that message there? What you can do, make you feel like a contributor. Again, Green Jeopardy, habitats, water, waste, climate, and what you can do are our categories. All right, next. Just like the game, they can pick, you know, 100, you know, they pick value 100, and they'll get a question that's, you know, worth 100 points. And as they go down, the 200, the 300, the 400, the 500, folks, they get harder as you go along. And they'll just pick them. They'll go back and forth. So you can break your team up into 2 groups, or ask your program coordinator. I recommend you do it with another team. Jeopardy is fun when you do it with another team. And pretty simple. They'll go back and forth, flip a coin, who goes first. Let's say they say, I want, I don't know what this one would be, habitats for 100, habitats for 100. And then, you know, you'll throw out a question. Mentors, you'll have the questions with the answers. Your students won't, so keep it close to the chest. You'll ask the question. If they get it right, great. If you want to then use a little Post-it, we'll provide you with some Post-its. You'll cover it so you know that not to go back to that area. And you just keep going back and forth so your board is covered with yellow Post-its, meaning you finished the game. Now, 2 quick little rules. Now, Team A, Team B. Team A, Team B. Let's say Team A gets it wrong. If Team A gets it wrong, Team B can steal and get the points. Now, just because they steal and get the points doesn't mean they lose their round. They still can even go another round and earn extra points, all right? So remember, even when there's a steal doesn't mean that they lose their round. Now, second little rule. Let's say it's a true or false. Well, folks, If it's a true or false and they get it wrong, we're not going to let them to steal it because it's pretty obvious it must be the other answer. So true or false doesn't give you a chance to steal, but maybe the multiple choice questions give you a chance to steal. All right, and that's your game of Jeopardy. So that's the introduction to this whole environmental, protecting the world, saving the planet kind of initiative. So who are we doing this program with? Let's see here. It's not there, it's not there, it's not there, and here it is. It's called the Friends for Change program. It's Disney's very own Friends for Change program. What is that program, you ask? Well, it's an initiative to get kids to kind of come together, just like Teamworks, to protect the planet. All right, it is a global environmental program spread across all areas of the Walt Disney Company. And if you didn't know this, they're huge. They are global. They are huge, all right? And here's a twist. It's all environment. It's all about protecting, you know, the world and the planet or whatnot. But their focus really quick are climate, water, waste, and habitats. Just like the Jeopardy game, so no accident there. But climate, water, waste, and habitats is, you know, the areas of focus. But what's the twist? What's the twist? What makes it different than all those other green kind of programs? The twist is, what are the small changes you can do in your daily lives that add up to making a big difference? There you go. Small things you do in your life that make a big difference. And it's pretty remarkable, you guys, when you really think about it. So with that said, mentors, go on the Friends for Change website. It is so educational. I learned a bunch of things that I was like, oh my gosh, I guess I could do that too. So there's a bunch of things on there that the kids are going to do. So here's what we're going to ask the kids to do. In weeks 2 and week 3, so stay tuned for your program coordinator's emails and their mentor support sessions. They'll tell you about these activities I'm going to go over and when you're going to do them. But number 1, we're going to ask them to register and pledge. Register and pledge. Go on the Friends for Change website, register, pledge. And what does pledge mean? When you go on the website, you'll know more. You'll get a better visual. But there's a whole list of things that they can do to make a difference. A whole list of things that they can do in their daily lives. Even we can do in our daily lives to make a difference. And that is like turning off the water when you're brushing the street, when you're brushing your teeth. So turn off the water when you're brushing your teeth. Take shorter showers. Boy, I can do that. I love water. I do my best thinking in the shower. But taking shorter showers. Turning off the lights when you walk out the door. Ooh, that's a big one for me. So many people in my family will leave a room and now turn off the lights, turn off the lights. But turning off the lights and how all those little things add up to make a big difference. So register and pledge. Cast a vote. There's a little section there that, you know, if they cast their vote, there's all these different kind of, you know, programs or whatnot. And then, you know, they will cast their vote, you know, just cast a vote, like what do they think is so important. And with that, Disney really looks at those numbers, looks at those votes, and that's how they distribute their charitable donations. So cast a vote. And even on the side, it shows all the kids, all the hundreds of kids that are casting their votes. So they can even instantly see how their vote tallies up. So it's really, really cool, and then send it on. It's that whole kind of viral social networking, that Facebook thing. But spreading the word and seeing if they can get other friends involved. And just like Teamworks, when your friends come together and you work as a team, you're unstoppable. So it's the same kind of program. Friends for Change, just like Teamworks. We're here for change, right? So what are the 2 activities really quickly? Well, we as a Teamworks program are pledging on 2 things, and that is flip it, and that is in the bag. Flip it, and it's in the bag. Flip it, it's pretty simple. It's flipping that light switch when you walk out the door. So how are we going to remember to flip that switch when we walk out the door? We're going to create door hangers. So we've bought all these decorative items. The kids are going to make a door hanger for their homes so they can remember to turn off their lights, and then we're going to be really ambitious, and we're going to try to put a door hanger on every door in that school. Every door in that school we want to put a door hanger, so we want the school to get involved. All right, so a door hanger for home, door hanger for every classroom in the school. So here's an interesting tidbit, and I think I threw my tidbit on the floor. No, I didn't. Here we go. Do you know if 1 million lights are turned off, we would save 37 tons of carbon dioxide? 37 tons. So if 1 million lights are turned off, and you know there's more than 1 million people in the world, we would save 37 tons of carbon dioxide. Imagine how beautiful our skin would be. Anyway, so that's that. Now, it's in the bag. The kids are going to get a recycled bag. They're going to get 2. They're going to decorate the recycled bag, one for their own personal use when they go grocery shopping, and one to donate to a local charity. So, you know, not only they're going to make their own personal difference, but they're going to give it to a family in need so they too can contribute and help save the planet. All right, so here's a tidbit on recycled bags. Each year, 1 billion bags go into our landfills and, of course, harm the environment. 1 billion plastic bags a year. I need a recycle bag. And then using a recycle bag, of course, will help cut down on the waste we dump on our landfills. So you see the contribution? Big contributions here, folks. It's the littlest things that make the biggest difference. So help your kids, make a difference. All right. Don't forget to wrap up with some good, healthy discussion at the end. Don't forget the one big thing I learned. Don't forget your team bugs. And don't forget, what's my favorite word? I can't hear you. And because I can't hear you, I'm going to say it for you. It's fun. F-U-N. Don't forget to have fun. Recycle.